Hi class, let us look at the multiple integral. So what is multiple integral? First, look at the common integral. You only have one integral notations. Let's say your functions is x and you have to integrate over the x. Or similarly, you have y over dy or z dz. It's just a matter of integral. So if you solve this, you get x squared over 2, you have plus c. Similarly for the rest. And your c here is the constant of integration. Why? Because these are what they call indefinite integral. But let's say if you have a and b x dx, so you solve this x squared over 2, you have to put the lower region ab and you have 1 over 2 b squared minus a squared. So you don't have constant of integration c. Okay, and these are definite integral. So therefore, if you have multiple integrals, you have the following. For example, a double integral. So you can say perhaps the general functions of x, y, or you can have a triple integrals, maybe functions of x, y, z as the general functions, dz, dy, dz. So the concept is just more or less similar. So usually for double integrals, this give you the area and this will give you the volume. Okay. So what do we do next? Let's look at example. We are going to solve 10 here, looking at this figure, and we are solving an area, so you can divide A1, A2, and over here the functions given is, let's say, dy. So your fxy is just y. Okay, even though in general it's two variable functions, but the questions give you only y. So we have to solve the area A1 plus A2. Okay, solve. So what do we do? First, identify the region that you want to integrate. Let's say we try solve for A1. So you have x1, y1 perhaps. So look here. And then your x1 start from 0 to pi half. Your functions is y, dx, dy. 0 to 2. This is 2. And notice that the regions are numbers or value. Okay, so you can divide your integral like this, y dy, and then you just multiply dx. So you solve over 2, 0, multiply with x pi half 0. This is easy. So 4 over 2 times pi over 2 give you pi for A1. Next is A2. Again, a similar process. Your U2, Y2 is from 0 to 4, but your X2 is from pi half pi y dx dy. So what do you have here? Then you can just divide y2 0 pi y dy multiply with x2 0 pi half. Okay, 0 pi half dx. And you have y2 over 2 multiply with x pi 0 with pi half. You solve this, pi square over 2, this is careful, pi minus pi half. Pi square over 2 multiply with minus pi half. Then you have minus pi cube over 4. Okay. But let's say if your area is like this. Okay. Then you have to divide this triangle into 2. Okay. So perhaps this is 1, 2, and 3. Maybe this is 3, this is 2. So maybe if you want to identify, let's say the area again y dx dy. So your x over here is from 1 to 2. But your y is a little bit tricky. Your y start from here, from 0 to, you have to know this y mx plus c. You have to find equations of line. Well, let's say this is B2, 3, this is A1, 0. Can you find M? So your M you can have 3 minus 0 over 2 minus 1. So 3 over 1. So perhaps your y equals to 3x plus c, and c you can find. So this one, your y here is mx plus c. And then is, let's say if this is the area of your D1, this is area of D2, so the total you have to add. So for the first answer just now, this one A1 plus A2 is pi minus pi over 3 over 4. Okay, so you can compute that. Okay class, thank you. I hope that's